It's all right, Ashley.
Ashley, they're okay.
Yes, sir. You want to talk to me, sir?
Yeah, I just want to talk to you. What is the whole purpose of, trying to flood us like that? I mean, is it an intimidation method? I mean, because we've never given you any reason or any provocation to try to come at us like that, and I'm offended that y'all did me that way. I've never disrespected you or any Border Patrol officer. Every time I've talked to you, it's been with the utmost respect. You guys disrespected us by trying to swarm us like that. All you had to do is come talk to me, and talk to me like a man, like we're talking right now.
I attempted to, sir.
No, you attempted after y'all swatted or flooded us.
I was behind you. I honked my horn.
I can't hear that on the mule.
Okay,
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
I was trying to pull you over.
Okay, I didn't hear you.
To get you directed this way.
Okay,
now,
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
The point I'm making, listen, again, agree or disagree is irrelevant, to be honest, from my position. All I'm trying to do is our job best we can.
I understand, and okay? I want you to.
I understand that you do. I really do. But in this instance, especially at night, when
but you guys know
we own the night.
No. Hey, hold on. I've been doing this for 12 years now. And there's been times when guys are coming up here armed from the Mike side, Mexico. It's occurred before.
But in a vehicle like mine?
No, maybe not. Maybe not that.
That's
okay,
what I'm saying. You knew it was us. So there was no need.
I just told, what I was explaining is that you lit up our agents on the field. You're giving up positions, and you disagreed with that, but I'm telling you from my experience and from the agent in the field that occurred. So,
if you would have brought that to my attention and you could have talked to me, the other, I don't remember who it was, he pulled up beside me, the other guy that, he had the, wasn't it Booney, the guy with the Booney hat that pulled up beside us?
Yeah, that was in the ground that got lit up.
Okay, well, he pulled up beside me and I stopped. He pulled up beside, stopped, we talked for a minute, and then I pulled off.
Right.
And I figured if that's what y'all, I didn't think you were going to pull me over again, but if you would have, that's what I would have assumed you would have done, is got back up beside me again, and then we could have communicated.
Well, up until now, that property owner gave you permission to be there, by all means. I don't know who you spoke to, what owner that is. I know you got Taylor's, you got the gentleman that George signs.
We got several properties. Okay. And I'm
so
not.
We need that information just so we know.
No, we don't. And I'm not trying to look. I understand you have a job to do. Right. We have a job to do. Our jobs are intertwined. Okay. Okay. All right. We have. I mean, you guys shot at us, and we still haven't freaked out on y'all. Right. We still haven't given y'all any problems. We've still showed you the utmost respect. But the way you did me today in the field was very.
I just explained to you. I was trying to get your attention and talk to you about it.
I understand. Okay. But did it take 6 agents to pull me over?
I didn't know where you were going, to be honest. I thought you were circling around like, hey, stop this guy so I can have a word with him. That was the whole intention.
Well,
so it's not. I'm not trying to
something or something. I mean, I really didn't hear you.
The intention is not to disrespect anybody. I'm not here for that, man. I'm here to do my job. That's it.
I know, and I appreciate.
I'm here to make sure our agents are safe, and anybody we encounter is safe. Okay, that's also. We all want to go home at night. That's the whole intention, right?
I want to go home someday.
Exactly.
Too.
Everybody does. That's the whole.
I've been out here doing this 3 months, man.
Yeah, I know you have.
So, I mean, I left my whole family. I own an electrical contracting company. I left everything to come down here to do this. And it's not because I want to.
Right.
It's because we have to. Because your higher-ups don't allow y'all to do what we do. Right. And so that's why we're here. Right. And like I said, I have never disrespected not one of your officers.
No.
At any time.
And I'll be honest with you, I've had words with you before, and it was utmost respect. I can vouch for that.
Okay.
Okay.
Am I being respectful to you now?
Yes.
And I requested that you
stand
come
up.
talk to me.
I know. I totally respect that too. Okay. I want you to understand that's not about that. I'm not trying to, in any way disrespect you. That's not the point. I just want to make sure everybody's safe, especially at night, man.
I do too. And that's why we drive lit up, or else if we go dark, we got our strobes, and we already communicated that with your higher ups, the majors and all that. And we've had everybody here. All your higher ups have been here.
Okay.
And so we've communicated. We came up with, I don't know if they didn't pass it along to you, but there's certain things that we don't do. Number one is we don't go in the brush, period, end of story. We still don't do that to this day. We stay between the river road and the river.
Okay, good.
We never go into the brush.
Great to know.
Well, absolutely, we're not going to do it.
Good.
Because that was an agreement that your majors wanted us to come to because of the officer safety issue.
Right.
If we encounter one of y'all in the brush, you encounter us, so we don't have another shooting like we did over here.
Sure.
But over here, what was fucked up about that was Captain Cantu and another BP had just been running with the guy that got shot at. That guy came out of the woods out of nowhere and started shooting. But we were just side by side with y'all, and we did have permission to be there. Yeah. And we also consulted with the Border Patrol agent that was there and asked him if he needed help.
Yeah.
He requested assistance. Then y'all shot at us.
The agent requested assistance?
Yes, he did.
Okay. Well, I wasn't there.
I understand, and that's water under the bridge. We tried to say, hey, forget about it, because we didn't even want nobody to get in trouble over it. We didn't want any issue between you guys. We're all on the same team. We're here to keep America safe, and that's what we care about.
Right.
I don't want any trouble with you guys. I didn't come down here to cause trouble.
Right. No, I understand. I completely do. But don't expect or don't assume that disrespect, because that's not the intention. All right.
Well, I mean, it just kind of felt
I'm a stand-up guy. I'm going to tell you man to man, just like we are having this conversation here.
We can converse at any time. You don't need. Now I understand you having one backup, but see, it's kind of getting.
Well,
it's kind of like intimidation here.
No, he's not trying to intimidate anybody. Well, come on, we're having a conversation.
I'm the nicest guy in the patrol.
I'm the nicest guy on the patrol.
Oh, don't let him lie. I'm the nicest guy on the patrol.
But we're not here to intimidate. We're having a conversation.
I know.
But there's three guys. We're not here to have.
Yeah, but there was two when you walked up with three.
When?
A while ago, y'all walked up. He just walked up from over there.
He's been sitting there the whole time.
Were you here the whole time?
I snuck. I'm like a ninja.
I didn't even know he was sitting here. I thought it was just me.
Listen, I'm just trying to get an understanding of and everybody be safe. That's the whole intention here.
Yeah, okay? Absolutely.
So
I want y'all safe, and I want us safe.
Don't misinterpret anything else other than that. It's officer safety and civilian safety. Period. That's the whole point.
I fully understand, and I fully agree.
So no disrespect directed at you guys and the exposure you guys are bringing to this problem we obviously have.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're trying to bring it.
But understand that we just want everybody to go home at the end of the day. That's the whole intention.
I was at the shooting. Did I shoot anybody? I was armed. Did I shoot one of you guys?
No.
Okay. So I know how to handle a weapon, and even under fire, and when I hear gunfire, I don't freak out, okay? Right. I'm former military too, like a lot of you guys. Thank God that the guy that got shot at wasn't a combat vet that just got home, because then we'd all be in a whole different situation with each other.
Yeah, sure.
And you understand that.
No, obviously, yeah.
So, and like I said, if you have a question, if one of your other officers has a question, send you to come talk to me. We can talk. We don't have to argue. We don't have to fight. I know my rights. I know the law. I've got law enforcement all in my family. My son-in-law's a cop. My uncle's a cop. All my good friends are cops. Right. I got a buddy that's in DPS intelligence that's been down here working. So I'm very, very, very well versed in the law. I understand the law. I understand officer safety. Because like I said, my son-in-law and my uncle are cops. My friends are cops. My cousin's a cop. Right. So I don't want anything to happen to you guys. We back you up. We support you. Right. And the last thing that we want is a confrontation or a situation. Right. But like I said, I mean, you wouldn't feel right if we swarmed around one of your vehicles. No, you know what I mean?
I just expected the intention.
Well, I mean,
it wasn't intended to be that. It was intended to have a conversation with you and get you to stop.
Well, you and I could converse, and that's fine. Maybe another officer, but I look back, man, and I got 6 guys staring at me. I mean, that's an intimidating factor, and I'm out here in the dark.
These guys don't know. The intention is not to intimidate.
I understand, but
disrespect.
can you put yourself in my position?
I can. Okay. So I'm just trying to explain to you that was not the intent.
Okay. Right? Well, that's the way it came across. That's why I wanted to talk to you, so that hopefully, if there's another situation, you can come talk to me and we can converse. If you need to bring another officer, I understand. But I don't need or want to be jammed up like that again, because it's unfair to me. It's unfair to the guys that are with us. We pose you no harm. We pose you no threat. So therefore, it is intimidation, and it's unneeded. We're men. We can communicate as men, and that's what I would rather do, because that situation right there had me really nervous.
Okay, well, hear me out here. In the future, especially if we're going to go past what we understood the areas you're going to be at, Monsi's, Taylor's, and obviously you got other landowners' approval, right? Yeah. At least let us know. Somebody you see here, hey man, we're gonna be down on the field roads because we may have agents on the ground.
Okay. And
so
if,
that would go a long way.
Somebody down there, I will stay out of the way. If you guys, if I know you're there, I'll leave you alone, man.
I'm sure you would.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
not trying
so
to
it was
cause
just a
y'all no
misunderstanding.
Yeah, exactly.
My point is, though, if we're aware of it, at least we'll know. That way, you know what? Hey, these guys are going to be coming in
communicate with us, man. That's all I'm asking, is that you communicate. I'll communicate.
Likewise,
the reason why we
exactly.
Quit,
I totally agree with that.
Well, but here's the reason why we quit pulling up and talking to y'all, is because some of the agents, when we'd pull up and try to talk, they were getting shitty. And from my understanding, because I know some other Border Patrol agents not in this area, but it's my understanding that it has been a directive to you guys not to interact with us.
No. I mean, that's not entirely true. Look, officer safety at all times. So we're going to interact and we're going to have a conversation. I want
to be able to communicate.
Right?
I do.
So that's the whole point.
That's what I want to do. But I don't want to piss you guys off either. And I don't want one of y'all to get in trouble because let's just hypothetical. I'm talking to this guy right here, okay? I'm pulled up talking to him. And we're just bullshitting or whatever. And maybe you're cool, but what if another captain comes by and he's like, hey, why the fuck are you sitting there talking to him? Well, they're going to jump his ass. They're not going to jump mine because I don't work for Border Patrol. I don't want him in trouble.
Yeah, no, I hear
So
you.
that's why we don't try to pull up and talk. We used to do that.
Right.
But after we've heard that y'all can't really communicate with us, you know, there's a directive against it is what we were told.
Right.
So to stop y'all from getting in trouble and to avoid problems is why we haven't been trying to pull up and talk. It's not that we don't want to. We want to tell you everything we're doing so that we're all on the same page. We don't want a problem.
I hear you, man. Look, listen, again, it was just simply misunderstood, right? I didn't know.
I understand.
Okay, so now that we've cleared that up,
okay,
for the future, especially, you know, at night hours, if you guys are going to go down there, if you see, you usually have some guys right here in this area. It's a hot area, as y'all know.
We've
got
a whole bunch of them right here at the fence.
Simply pull up to the agent and go, listen, man, we're going to be south of this area here on the field road, so that at least the agents are aware. That's all I ask.
No problem. Hey, man, no problem. I'll be more than happy to do that. I just didn't want to get anybody in trouble.
No, they're not going to get in trouble.
Well, I mean, it depends on the supervisor.
No, they won't. I mean, if that's... Listen, I'm not going to give an agent a hard time for that.
You may not, but there is other ones that would.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I can't control everybody. Right?
I know, but I don't want these guys getting in trouble either. You know what I mean? I don't. Y'all are here doing a job that I very much respect. You know what I mean? I'm doing the same job, or trying to, except I don't get paid and I don't have benefits. As a matter of fact, I'm losing a lot of money. But I care about my country. I care about the terrorists coming in here. They had 10 in McAllen that they caught that were ISIS terrorists. It was in the paper, confirmed through Reuters News. So, I mean, it's a fact. They've had Liberians come through. That's where Ebola's coming through. There's a lot of reasons, and what we do is different than what you do. You guys let them come up, and then you arrest them, detain them, take them in. What we do is stop them from crossing, or we try to run them back when they're on the edge to stop them from getting up here. So you guys don't have to, number one, come in contact with a diseased person. Number two, you don't have to take a risk that one of these psycho fuckers, like the other day, it was 2 cartel guys. And as soon as we got them back in the river, they start CDG, you know, all that bullshit, fuck you, and, you know, I know you know.
We see that all the time.
Yeah, I know. You've been doing it 12 years, so I'm not telling you anything new. But, you know, there's a guy came up the top of the hill, had his face covered, head covered, you know. I mean, we know what time it is. We know what they are. I don't want you guys to have to deal with those scumbags either, and that's why we do what we do. We don't try to hold them for you. We try to keep them out of your hands so that you don't have to deal with them. I don't want you to get Ebola. I don't want you to get killed. I want you to go home to your family. You know what I mean? I want y'all to be healthy when you go home to your family. And all the bullshit that's coming across this border is dangerous for all of us. And that's all we care about, man. We are on the same team. We really are. I understand, you know, one of the things that, the biggest thing that I've heard from BP is, well, you guys aren't trained. Well, obviously our lack of training is working because what we do is turn them back. So it's not about, you're right, I'm not trained in civil rights. I'm not trained in detention or whatever, any of that stuff. That's why we don't detain, we push back. And
Just tell 'em
you know,
no.
we're not trying
You
to
can't
step
come.
on
You
y'all
gotta
or
stay
get in
over
y'all's
there.
way. The only time we detain them is if we catch them up here. Because, you know, I mean, really, you want me to try to run them all the way back? I don't think that's cool. I mean, even though I might probably would want to.
Right.
If they've made it this far, we'll hold them for y'all. But other than that, if we catch them out there, we are going to try to push them back across the border.
Okay. Well, sir, good conversation.
Thank you. I appreciate
Yes, sir.
it, man. Like I said, I don't want any trouble. And like I said, if you have any questions, none of us are going to try to attack you guys. None of us are going to pose you any threats. You know, we're on the same team.
Okay, sir.
So if you come to us and you talk to us one-on-one, pull up beside us, because like I said on that mule, it's a diesel.
Yeah. Well,
And the
that was
noise
that was part
echoes
of the problem
underneath
then.
of it.
All right.
So I can't hear.
Fair enough. Understood.
But I mean, if I'd have known you was trying to hit
Yeah, I
me,
was trying to get you. Hey, man, we could talk
I
about
would have
it.
pulled over.
Okay.
I wouldn't have get, you know, look at every other time somebody hit their lights, I pulled over.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm not trying to run from you guys. I'm not trying to avoid you guys.
Fair enough.
But, you know, that I just thought that was a little excessive.
Well,
you know what I mean?
Again, just misunderstanding. You know, like I said, hopefully in the future,
We will do that. No, we will do
clear
that.
up a lot of air, man.
As a matter of, from now on, that will happen. We
Okay.
just didn't want to cause problems. I didn't want to get your agents in trouble. We didn't want any issues, so we were just leaving them alone. And that's why usually we used to run blackout too, if you remember. And
Yeah,
we got our strobes.
Yeah.
So that way your cameras know that it's us.
Right.
But since we're not communicating, or hadn't been, we will start again. But since we hadn't been communicating, we wanted to make it obvious that it was us. And that's why we burned those lights, because that way, I mean, come on, man, you can see that like a spaceship. You know what I mean?
Fair enough.
So we were trying to make sure that, you know, y'all knew it was us. There's no doubt, no misunderstandings. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
Okay,
Gotcha.
man. Well, thank you,
yes, sir.
Captain. I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Have a good night.
Have a good night.
Y'all have a
Bye.
good night. Would they float over here to this side or something?
No, there's 3 more standing up there at the street.